Hello, friends. Welcome to Del Soccer. My name is Delali Frank. As usual, you're welcome to the platform. Today, we are doing the review of the ongoing WAFU Under 17 Championship, which is happening right here in Ghana. We are done with the group stages. The boys, this one is the boys have been separated from the children. So we are in the semi-finals where four teams are left in the competition. The rest are going home. By this time, they are on their way to their country. I am here with my good brother Clinton, who is Clinton of Sahara Football and its associates. We are here to review the games, look at our best players. We've been following the competition quite well, so I asked Sahara what he thinks about the competition as well. So as usual, it is the first time hit on the subscription button, and let us also know what you think in the comment section. But without wasting much time, let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
Clinton, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So we've been doing this competition together.
Yeah.
First of all, what's your impression about the tournament?
I think it's good. The last under 17, we didn't see much coverage. We didn't see more scouts and all that. People coming to watch the boys and all that. But this is an improvement. You can see that a lot of people are interested. I know the fans, obviously, it's only Ghana games. The fans come in their numbers, but we've seen delegates from several countries coming to watch talents, coming to see the boys. It's an improvement. I think it's a very, very good tournament so far.
Okay. I think at least you are somebody who have covered this competition for a while. Most of the time when Ghana hosts it. And I like the angle you talked about. It's not even about the fans coming in to watch. The number of scouts that have come.
Yeah,
in your opinion, you think a lot of scouts have come around more this time around than the previous ones?
Yeah, the previous one we just had about is it five or six scouts. I feel that the venue at Cape Coast also made it difficult for the scouts to travel. It means you have to travel for each games and all that.
Yeah.
But since it's in Accra here, that's why I say this stadium is it's one of the stadiums that will help Ghana in several ways, different aspects, because you can see it's easy for people to just fly into
Very
Ghana.
accessible.
Yeah, just the airport is not far from here. Just move in,
yeah.
get what you need from the game, watch the game, scout your players, and you go back to your hotel and all that. You don't need to book a different hotel room and all that.
Yes.
Definitely, the scouts in this particular tournament has been much better than the last one.
I see. Now let's go into the competition proper. So far, I think in the previous editions, Ghana haven't been that great. There's been countries that have been pretty much excelling. So let's talk about this competition itself. In terms of the footballing itself, the upgrade, like, is there an upgrade as compared to the previous one, or in terms of the football, this one is a something?
Well, the last tournament, I feel the last tournament it has to do with pace. The team with the fastest players will always win. Okay. But this one is different. We've seen physicality, we've seen skillful players, we've seen steady defenses and all that. Because the last one they are scoring goals up and down, 3-0, 4-0, 5-1, 5-2. There are lots of goals because we didn't have much good defense then, and we had only one or two players making the waves, like one player from Nigeria.
Just one player.
And also one player from Ivory Coast. I think that guy's name is Diamonde in the last one. He was a player that was making waves. Every time this team is playing, they look out for this one. Anyone that comes to the stadium will say, that boy that scored goal last time, which they are the team playing and all that. So I feel this one, Ghana, they have a lot of players you have to look out for. Nigeria, they have a lot of players you have to look out for. Ivory Coast too. They also have a lot of players. So it's different. It's not the same. There's an improvement. You can see that team are improving in every aspect. For example, Nigeria scored 3 goals today. One player scored 2, and someone that wasn't involved in any of the goal got the man of the match to tell you that it's not about goals
anymore
and keeping clean. So it's dynamism. Everything has changed.
And I also think it has been a bit tactical. Like, it's not like putting a group of young players on the pitch, go and play and win a game. And also, in as much as this competition is also qualification competition, you go to the AFCON and you get a chance of even qualifying for the World Cup. I think the coaches are a bit more tactical. When the team is playing, you realize that they are playing a system. It's not like they put 11 players on the pitch and say go and play and win.
And get the win and come
exactly. And so that's why you get to see that the players are playing with pattern. One player doesn't dominate the game because like everybody believes Nigeria's captain is the poster boy, but the last game he basically even didn't score, and the man of the match didn't even go his way. And I think it's also like that because even if you look at Nigeria, for instance, their first game I watched, they play a different system.
Yeah,
you watch them play the last game where they wanted goals and they play a complete different system.
Yes,
it tells you the kind of coaching that has gone into this competition.
Yes. I feel you understand that coaches are evolving. Even if we have old coaches, they are now adapting new rules. Most of them, even if they are not adapting new rules, most teams they infuse their coaching staff with young players. Even these coaches are an old coach with old this thing. They infuse them with young assistant coaches that will actually bring new ideas. Because if you see Ghana coach for an example, the last game he found out that the strikers his defenders were facing were too tall and too strong. During the second half, he changed to a back three with wingers. The back three now were able to hold those two strong players. If one misses, the other one will get. So it shows you that the coaches are reading the games. They are not just putting. They actually have a plan. Nigerian first game, they had only one striker up front. He was isolated. Today they played with two strikers. They scored 3 goals. Now the coach is saying, okay, this works. So I won't be surprised if they play with 2 strikers in the next game. I feel
the coaching has been
it has improved, and they are working based on tactics, not by luck.
Putting 11 players on. And let's talk about the semi-finals. Now is Ghana against Burkina Faso, and then Nigeria against Ivory Coast. First, let's start with the Ghana game. Ghana play against Burkina Faso, a side that were in the same group with Nigeria. How difficult do you think that game?
Well, in my opinion, I think based on what Kingston Lyon has been saying, he reads the game first, size up the opponents in the first few 10 minutes, and he tells the boys, we just have to do this, do that, we get the win, then we sit back or we just relax. I feel it's going to be a tough game for Ghana. They just have to make sure that whatever their plan is, they stick to it and go according to instruction and perfect whatever plan the coach tells them, because Burkina Faso they are a very unpredictable team. Yes, they might score 1 goal and defend all 3 because Ghana are very, very talented. The attackers, everyone is fast. You see when they get when they get the ball, everyone is in attack, and you see they score goals. Sometimes they even miss tons of goals and just score like 3 and miss like 6. So that game Ghana have to be very, very cautious, because if Burkina Faso score 1 goal, the first goal is going to be very, very tricky for Ghana, because now normally in the game Ghana they go out with a lot of attacking players. Now if Ghana are behind, it means they want to push more players up front, and that's
will leave spaces behind.
That will make them vulnerable at the back or during the counter attack. So they should try their best not to concede first, because if they do, it's going to be tricky for them. I'm not saying if they concede first they're going to lose. It's going to be tricky. It's not going to be an easy game, because Burkina Faso also works hard to get to the semi-finals.
And I think if you watch, if Burkina Faso's game against Nigeria is anything, I think, and obviously that's the game that the head coaches, the technical team used to prepare to come and play. And they would tell that, even the Nigerian head coach said that the Burkina Faso guys are very strong, very physical. They go after them. I think after the game,
he was complaining about that.
Too strong for his. And they played against Nigeria and held. They made Nigeria look like an average team. At the post match, the coach was basically even talking about the fact that his boys hasn't had the best preparation, and everybody. Like Burkina Faso basically made Nigeria look like an average team.
They defended very well.
They really made them struggle.
But that game was a game that Burkina Faso, this game we don't have to lose. We can't lose this game. So if we can't score goals, we make sure we don't concede. So I also feel that the rain didn't help that day, but overall Burkina Faso were strong. If you watch today's game against Togo, you see like the physicality in Nigeria team, Burkina Faso were able to match the physicality and were even more aggressive than Nigeria. So Ghana should expect that. And you know that Ghanaian players, they are small, you know,
Smallish,
their stature and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a red card in that game because Burkina Faso will be very, very aggressive.
Yeah, they're very physical. I think it's going to be a very tough game, but if the coach Bly tells his boys to move the ball more than
they have to be fast.
Yes,
they have to be quick.
The ball faster.
Yes,
they can
easily get the win.
But if they try to hold on to the ball, try and take too many touches, they can't because the Burkina Faso guys, once they get closer to you, they will let you struggle. Because if they can let Nigeria, this Nigerian team that played like you see, they made the Nigeria look very average.
Yes.
If they can let Nigeria look very average in the competition, a team that if you look at the football Nigeria played against Togo, come on, like you could see that no, this is a title winning.
They
team.
were so good, comfortable. I think they could have scored.
Yeah.
The coach said they could have scored 6-7 goals,
They're
but
very good on the ball.
missed several chances.
And if Burkina Faso can let them look very average, then Ghana, like in as much as the Starlets have been very excellent in this competition, obviously the favorites so far. I think against Burkina Faso, it will look like it's going to be a very tough game. Let's talk about the Nigerian game too. Nigeria plays against Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast were in the same group with Ghana. Lost
5-1 the first leg.
Woefully against Ghana, but they managed to bounce back and get a win against, I think, Benin. Now they've been able to qualify.
That one is a tricky game because people just feel Nigeria will beat Ivory Coast. It's going to be very difficult. You know, after Ghana beat Ivory Coast 5-1, their coach came to the press conference. He was surprised. Well, like I don't know what happened to my team because
he was like,
he knows this is not how they played. This is not how they played. This is not how the performance he was expecting.
So
then he said, okay, maybe it's because Ghana is the host team. His boys were under pressure with the fans and all that. Nigeria, we don't have much. Nigeria don't have fans in the stadium that will intimidate them. They know that if they win, they're into the finals, which means they don't even need to play third place. They are into the AFCON Under-17 tournament. So it's going to motivate them. And this game against Togo has made them know that, okay, Nigeria is a team we have to calm down so that what happened against Ghana will not repeat itself. So I'm predicting a very, very tough game. You see, Nigeria scored 3 goals today. That game, I'm expecting a very tight game. If it doesn't go to penalty, it might end in a narrow one win for either Nigeria or Ivory Coast. Anyone can win that game. I don't think they are favorites in that game. People think it's easy. I don't think they are favorites for that because the Ivorians, they are very good. They could have scored Ghana more than one that day. They missed several chances against Ghana.
Yes, even in the opening game. And I asked the coach about does he think that if his boys really took their chances in the opening half of the game, the scoreline would have been different? And he said, yeah, because if you look at the chances that they created, in as much as Ghana scored a lot of goals, Laye himself admitted that Ghana didn't dominate play.
They had their own opportunity but couldn't take it.
They just had a lot of chances that they didn't actually take. And I think they're also going into the competition because they've played. Nigeria have an advantage of playing more games than them. In competitions like they helps you when you play.
Yes. You see, Nigeria has played more games and they had injury concerns. Even today, they had injury concerns against Togo. So it gives them gives Ivory Coast an advantage over Nigeria in that aspect.
When it comes to the injury, but in competitions
and fitness.
Yes, but in competition, I feel when you get chance to play more games, it also helps you to try and assess certain systems. Because if Nigeria didn't play against Togo in the last game, they wouldn't know that the 2 top systems actually help them and
true. You have
gives
a point.
their forwards the chance to.
You have a point. That's an advantage of playing more games.
Playing more games in competitions, it really helps you because you get a chance to try and use other systems that
makes sense. Yes.
So I think Nigeria Ivory Coast will also be a very interesting game. If Nigeria should be a bit more careful, but if I'm pushing you to the wall, obviously I want to see a Ghana Nigeria finals. I don't know about it.
That is what everyone is expecting. That is what everyone wants because if it's a final between, let's say, Nigeria versus Burkina Faso or Ghana versus Ivory Coast, the buzz around the game won't be that much. If it's Nigeria Ghana, the stadium will be filled.
Sure.
So I'm 100% sure that They will do everything. Both teams, both Nigeria and Ghana wants to meet Nigeria,
Yeah,
and Nigeria
Nigeria
wants to
also
meet
wants to
Ghana.
meet
So I think both teams will do whatever it takes to
get to
actually
the final.
get it.
And I think Ghana also really needs to get to the final because getting into the final is an automatic qualification.
Yes.
Nigeria have been there countless times and they've always qualified. So I think they will do something to qualify. They know how to play this competition. They have a very experienced coach
Yeah,
who
they
has
do.
been with the youth
They
team
do.
for quite a long time. So I think when we'll talk about the finals when we get there. So I think so far, let's wrap up. So far, your best team in the group stages.
I'll go with Ghana. They've scored more goals.
Yeah.
How many goals?
Scored
7.
seven. Yeah.
They've scored 7,
One.
conceded 1. So they are more exciting to watch because when fans come here, they're expecting goals. So I feel Nigeria grew into the tournament. They started well. They started badly and
Yes, very true.
draw win, whereas 1-0 win, then 3-0 win. So I feel that if there was another game for them to play, they would have improved more.
Yeah.
But Ghana is a team where they prepared, played wonderfully in the Russian tournament, came to the tournament, scored goals, and they built a momentum. And you see, everyone is talking about like Kingston. So next game, they're expecting Ghana to beat Burkina Faso because of the momentum they've had. So I feel they are the most exciting team. They are the best team so far in the tournament. So I feel Ghana hosting this tournament will be it will be a huge plus for them. They are tournament favorites. I feel that they have to win with the supports and everything. They have to win.
The next time we meet, we'll talk about players that we look out for, some players that we believe have been exciting
in the tournament
and all that. But until we meet again, my name is Delali Frank. Bye bye for now.